Autocar Professional is in Vietnam to witness the ecosystem that powers India's new kid on the block, VinFast. I am joined by Mr. Tapan Ghosh, who's the CEO of VinFast India. Sir, we're almost sitting in July and this is when the operations officially began last year. Let's take a look back. What a great backdrop to sort of understand, like a look back of last 1 year. What are your learnings and how tough has the Indian market been for you?
Indian customers are demanding, market is challenging, it's highly competitive, but we are not bogged down by competition. We have invested in India. We are very confident about making a mark in India, and till now the journey has been fantastic. Whatever we dreamt of, we got it regarding volume, regarding the appreciation which customers are giving to us. And for us, India market is very important. Like we started our retail from September, and by April we had 4 products launched in India. That shows the commitment which our group has towards India.
Right. So we've driven your entire lineup today from VF3 to VF9, and one thing that stands out is drivability, is a lot of tech and a lot of smooth driving experience. What are some of the things that you think will be conditioned towards the Indian market, will be personalized for the Indian market when you look at your future lineup of product?
Most of the products which you are seeing, they are designed for markets like India, and they are doing well. If I talk about VF6, VF7, MPV7, Limo Green, all of them are doing very well in Vietnam, in other markets, Philippines, Indonesia, and also India. However, for Indian customers, we have made certain certain changes. Like for example, the suspension we have slightly modified.
Right.
The ground clearance we have increased. Also the thermal management we have increased, some modifications, but by and large, these are cars which are catering to the Indian customers also very much.
Right. Looking at the price points in India and also the positioning, brand positioning is going to be very important. Here in Vietnam, you have the lion's share, but in India, it's going to you're coming with a challenger's attitude. So in that sense, how do you position VinFast in India? Is it a premium brand? Is it a mass market player? Is it going to be an exclusive, because you have some products in the exclusive executive category as well? So give us a sense of the future.
So we have positioned our brand as a premium car offering good value at the mass market. So VF6, VF7, our offerings are premium offerings, and but at the same time they are catering to the mass segment. They are not luxury.
Right.
Now coming to, yes, there is competition, there are legacy players, but we have created a unique offering for ourselves, unique positioning for ourselves. So our cars are well designed. They are B NCAP 5-star rating safe cars.
Right.
They are offering very good range, and it's very good to drive at. It's a family car, spacious car, and the things which we are doing it, which many OEMs are not. Like for example, we are trying to see that over the life cycle of the car, when the customer is owning it, he says that the ownership cost is very reasonable. So free charging we are giving for 3 years, free maintenance. Warranty is good. All the things we are doing is to create a unique positioning for ourselves.
Right. This will definitely help you get those initial volumes initially, but then over a period of time, since you're looking at the long haul, it will require looking at that path to profitability and how sustainable that is in the long run. So how do you sort of tackle that balance?
As I have said that we are into the mass segment. So for us, volume is very important. So right now what we are doing is that we are offering products at an affordable price. We are having a manufacturing plant. Currently it is COD import mainly, localization is only 15%, but we are going to increase the localization going forward, and that will obviously help us scale up the volume.
Right.
Plus we are also increasing our footprint across the country through more and more retail points, more and more service network. So all the things which we are doing is to ensure that customers have trust on our brand, they have the confidence in the brand, and we are very confident that going forward this will really help us. So we are laying the foundation. We know that India is a competitive market, but it's a large market where many players can coexist and have a good volume. So we are into that. and our focus is to make the fundamentals strong.
Right, sure. So the Thoothukudi plant in Tamil Nadu, what is the capacity right now, and how is the scale up going to define, say, in the next 5 years?
Thoothukudi plant, the capacity is 50,000 vehicles per annum. It is on a 400-acre land, and it can be scaled up to 150,000 vehicles per annum.
Yeah.
So this is one particular plant where we would be catering to mainly domestic, but in future we will look at export also from this market.
Right. And there are other new categories. Here we've seen an entire ecosystem of buses, two-wheelers, fleets. Fleets are already here, of course. But then can you divulge some details about when two-wheeler and commercial vehicle rollout is likely to happen? We've seen Viper. I think you've already trademarked that. So how fast are we going to see the rollout of the other segments?
Overall ecosystem which has helped VinFast grow in leaps and bounds in Vietnam, that ecosystem we are also trying to have good number in India also. So like for example charging network we are talking about. The V-Green, our Vin Group company, they've already started setting up the charging network, so they will be expanding it. The Green Smart Mobility, you are talking about the fleet which you have seen in Vietnam so much. We have already launched it in Delhi.
Yeah.
So more than 1,000 vehicles are plying on the Delhi NCR road. So that also we are going to scale up not only in Delhi NCR but many other markets also. And at the same time regarding, of course, regarding four-wheeler, we intend to launch 2 products every year.
Yeah.
Already 4 products are there if I talk about MPV7 Limo Green put together, but 2 products every year. Two-wheeler, yes, we are looking at two-wheeler also. We are targeting by end of this year we should have two-wheeler here, but yeah, surely two-wheeler is going to come.
Right. That again is going to open up a lot of newer markets. One thing I was very curious about is that in Vietnam you started with a two-wheeler brand first and then scaled up into other segments, whereas in India you chose to come in the passenger vehicle segments and then expand from here on. What was the strategy there? Because again that's very interesting, because we've seen a lot of newcomers come in the two-wheeler segment, but when we talk of passenger vehicles, it's a very tough game, tougher than two-wheelers, I would suppose.
Four-wheeler, two-wheeler both are competitive, and if I talk about the four-wheeler space, it's one particular product where we wanted to offer premium products and customer will see the premiumness of the product, the good design, everything. Having said so, we wanted to go one step at a time, because if we do too many things at one go, although VinFast is fast,
yeah,
but even then we wanted to first come with four-wheelers, make ourselves strong, have a good presence, and even two-wheeler also is going to come this year also. So that's our strategy is, and yeah, I think four-wheeler obviously the ticket size will be much more than two-wheeler, and network also two-wheelers will be requiring much more network than four-wheeler.
Yeah.
So all those things we this, and of course that's how we have planned our strategy.
Right. Looking at the competitive landscape in India, we've seen a lot of local players really ramp up, and with local products, and everyone has a different offering. Someone is selling on design, someone is looking at battery as a service as an entry point to a new EV customer, someone is looking at an entry-level EV customer, making it more democratized and getting into that entry-level space. So for EVs, if you look at the industry in India right now, what is the outlook like? Because in the beginning, and like last year, we saw the wars happen, we saw the petrol price rise, we saw GST sort of undercut EV pricing. So a lot of churn is happening in India, so to say, and a lot is dependent on policies. Like we saw Delhi's EV policy right now. So from that point of view, what is the outlook for India's EV market and in the competitive landscape that you operate in?
So I'd like to give you some data. 2023, the EV volume used to be roughly around 6,000, 7,000 per month.
Yeah.
And it used to be 2% of the overall TIV. Last year, that volume became around 16,000 per month. The penetration was 4%. In the month of May, that from 16,000 became 28,000, 28,000. The penetration increased to 6.7% from 4%. And last month, in the month of June, the volume became 31,000 plus, and the penetration is roughly around 7.5%. Why this is happening? This is happening because government is pushing adoption of EV fast.
Yeah.
They are giving a lot of support, central and state governments also. Plus, customers are also getting educated. They are realizing on two fronts. Number one, when we are talking about the life cycle of the EV over a few years, the running cost and maintenance cost is much lower than ICE.
Yeah.
So, and of course, when you talk about the overall cost of ownership and particularly what VinFast is doing, probably owning an EV over say a good number of years may come out to be cheaper than owning ICE also.
So
that's point number
TCO
one.
benefit.
TCO benefit.
Yeah.
Second is that EVs are really fun to drive. As a car, the torque which it gives, the speed with which can move from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour, that is fun to ride. And the smoothness, I mean, you cannot, generally you don't hear any noise.
Yeah.
The motor is very refined. So that itself, there are so many customers whom we know that who drive ICE and EV, and after driving EV, they say that we want to drive only EV.
Right.
So all these things is actually happening in India, and yeah, it is growing at a very good pace, I will say.
Right. So 30% penetration by 2030. Are we on track for that?
It's government's target. So, but it is very much achievable. If all the things are pieced together, if the strategy, the policy, execution happens, then definitely 30% can happen. If from 2% in 2023, if we can make it to say probably more than 7% in the month of June, then 30%. But for that, a lot of things have to be happening, and yeah, there is a possibility we can happen also.
Sure. Lastly, Mr. Ghosh, can you leave us with 3 key focus areas for FY27? You have lots on your plate. There are different segments you're getting into. There's plant expansion. Is there a lot of capex that we're looking at because it's a long haul game for you? So give us a sense of what 3 key focus areas are going to be for FY27.
FY27 will be launching few products. As I had mentioned earlier also, we will be having 2 products every year. So FY27 is a year where we will be launching a few products in 4-wheeler. 2-wheeler, we will start the business, so that will be a very big focus area. That is the second part. Third part is that we will be working on expanding our showroom reach, the workshop reach, and also start looking at localization also. So I will say these are the 3-4 things which we will try to do in the year 2027 to make ourselves fundamentally strong.
Sure, but no capex plans, expansion plans in
capex will happen. Like for example, we have already invested $500 million out of the $2 billion planned for India market. So that, of course, as time goes by, we have to have increment. But that we have not exactly thought about it, but it will. Obviously, it will be, because when you are launching new products, when we are launching 2-wheeler, when other ecosystem also we are trying to develop, it costs.
Right.
So capex will continue to happen, and we have already announced that it will be a part of the 2 billion overall plan which we have.
Right. Thank you so much for introducing us to the VinFast ecosystem here in Vietnam and talking to Autocar Professional. Onwards and upwards.
It's our pleasure, and thank you for accepting our invitation and coming here.
Thank you.